Hi, it is Brent Braun here, a professional magician from New Albany, Indiana. I'm here with my friends Colin and Austin today, and we want to show you a magic trick using a quarter, a glass, and a piece of paper. Here, will you look at that quarter, make sure it's a real quarter for me? Mm-hmm. Don't lick it. That would be gross. Is that a real quarter?
Yeah.
You can look at it too. Make sure it's a real quarter.
Yeah.
There you go, watch. This quarter is actually not a real quarter. It's a magic quarter. It can actually melt through things. I'll show you what I mean. If I put it right in the middle of my stage here, and I cover up the glass. I take the glass, I cover up the glass with a silk handkerchief like this. All I have to do is cover up the quarter. And if I just wait for a second, just wait and snap my fingers, and the quarter is gone. It's not inside the handkerchief. You can look at it, look at it, look at it. Make sure it's not in there. It's not in there. Look at it. Make sure it's not in there. It's not in there. Is it in there?
No.
It's not in there. No, it's not in there. People think it's in there. It's not in there. Do you guys know where it went?
No.
It went through the stage. Remember I said it can penetrate things? Look, underneath the stage now. There's the quarter. Wow. Is that fun? You guys like that trick?
Yeah.
Do you want to learn how it works?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sound more excited. Say, we want to learn how it works.
We want to learn how it works.
You guys did that pretty good. Let's learn how it works. So are you all ready to learn how the quarter disappears and goes through the stage magically?
Yes. Yeah.
I cheat. That's what makes the trick work. I actually use 2 quarters. Okay, so at the beginning you have a quarter, but there's another quarter that's, it's actually back here now. It's actually under the stage. Okay? So when we start, we put the extra quarter in the middle of the stage under here, and then we cover that up. Nobody can see it. Then we're going to make the other quarter vanish and make the other one look, when we show it, it's reappeared. Okay? This one's just sitting on top of that one. Mm-hmm. How we make this one vanish? This glass looks like a regular glass. But what we did is we added a gimmicked piece to it earlier before the show started. We're in this situation. So, oh, that's the gimmick. That's what it is. It's a glass with a piece of paper that's been cut out and taped or glued to the bottom of it. So now what that does is it makes the coin disappear. If you watch, as soon as I move it over, you can't see the coin anymore. So it looks like the coin's disappeared. It's actually still right where it was. Okay? That's exactly how that works. Now, you can't do it without a handkerchief, because if you just move the glass over, they see it disappear, and it's not a good trick. So you use the handkerchief as sort of misdirection. When we cover up the glass, we make sure that the glass is covered up. And now as we move over, the coin is disappearing, but they don't see that it's gone until we remove the hanky. Does that make sense? But you do want to make sure that it's covering up the front of the glass. If it's like this, and I come over, they're actually going to see the coin disappear, and you don't want them to see it disappear. Okay? So that's the piece of paper, just cut to the mouth of the glass. All I'm doing is covering this up here, moving everything forward. Then I snap, I pull this away. Now, right now, the first question they're going to ask is, where did the coin go? So I start to do this. I start to go look into the handkerchief, make sure it's not in the handkerchief. And I do that because I want them to look at the handkerchief and not think about what's here. Okay? Now, if I just push down on the glass a little bit and pull it back, the coin on the bottom will slide with it. So it takes the coin back to this corner, still hidden underneath the glass. And then I can lift the front up. I can show this one. And now it looks like the coin has gone through the stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we are back. While you were gone, what we did was we took a piece of white paper. The paper that we use is actually cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker than regular paper. That just makes it hold up a little bit better. If you don't have cardstock, though, you can use regular paper. You can also use colored paper. So in this situation, we used red paper over here, and this is a white paper that's orange on the back, which is kind of cool there. So you can use any paper that you have lying around to do this. But we cut out that circle. We did that by turning the glass upside down, taking a pencil, drawing a circle around it, and then cutting it out. Now, we have that white circle, and we're going to glue it onto the glass. So you take a glue stick, just get a little bit of glue to come out. You would just put that on the mouth of the glass. And we put this right on here. Once we get it squared up and all together, we turn it upside down. We just push it onto the table and let that glue dry. So now we're ready to do the trick. Are you all ready to do this?
Yeah.
You want to start with this. So let me get mine set up. So I'm going to put 1 quarter under the middle of my stage. I'm going to put the other quarter on top. And you want to make sure that this always stays on the paper, because if you move this off the stage, that's not good. That's not good. So you want to make sure that that stays here. We're going to take our handkerchief, cover up our glass, take the glass forward, and make sure you lift the glass up off the table so they can see the coin. Cover up the coin. There you go. Now we have to do the magic gesture. So all you have to do is wave or snap, or do you have favorite magic words? That was a good snap. We snap like that. Now do this very excited. Pull this away. Fancy, fancy. Woo, there you go. Look, it's gone. It's disappeared. It's not in my handkerchief. Is it in your handkerchief? It's not in here. No. It's not in there. No, it's not in there. It's not in there. Now, grab the glass here. And remember, you want to push down when you do this a little bit. Push down and pull straight back to that corner where it came from, okay? And I'll show you guys what happens if you don't push down. If you don't push down, what can happen is that coin can accidentally scoot out, and you don't want that to happen. So you push down on this, you pull it back to the corner. You both did perfect. Where did your quarter go? Where did it go? Yep. Then you open this up from the bottom, and you show that it's underneath. Oh, careful! Don't do that. That's okay. We'll do yours again. But then you can show that it's underneath, and you're done. And then you give them the quarter, and they can look at it. And now they never want to look at the glass. So that's magic. Did you all like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys are doing a magic show. Any questions about the magic show you're going to be doing?
What should you put on the invitation to make it sound interesting?
Oh,
Show.
That's a great question. He asked, what should you put on your invitation to make it sound interesting for the magic show? One of the things that you can do, I know I talked earlier about the stage, the way you can decorate the stage with stars and stuff, but you can also make a special magic name. So if you wanted to call yourself the Magic Brent, you can call yourself the Magic Brent, right? You can just make it fancy, and you can make Magic Brent, see him make coins disappear, right? You can say an exciting thing like that. But then there are also things that you need to make sure you have on the invitation, things that are very important, like the time, where they're, what time it's actually going to be happening, the location, that way they'll know where to show up, and then also anything else. If they have to have tickets, you can tell them to make sure they have to have tickets, or if you only have so many seats, you can tell people that there are only 10 seats, so they have to let you know in advance that they'll be there, and those are things that you can do. Yeah, and you make sure you get all that in your invitation just so they'll know everything they need. Mm-hmm. Yeah, does that make any sense? Make sense?
Yeah.
How do we set up the magic show?
Yeah, how do you set up the magic show? Well, that just depends on how big the magic show you want to be, right? There are some magic shows that are really big, so you could set up a backdrop with like maybe a sheet in your bedroom or in your living room and drape it over some chairs like a magic backdrop. You could also just do a little close-up show. That's sort of what we're doing here, where it's just at a table with a couple of your friends or family gathered around the table. The important thing to know is that you need to rehearse this trick. So don't learn this trick now and then go do it. Right? You want to work on this sort of alone when nobody's around. So you make sure that when you do this, you're doing it right. And you make sure you're not moving this off over here. We talked about how that's bad. You're going to do that through rehearsing and practicing the trick. You'll just get better at it, right? Yeah, so you can do fun things like that.